You're watching ABC4 News.
All right, many of you will remember this. It was August 11th, 1999. People were enjoying a nice summer day. Construction crews were building the new LDS Church Conference Center. And ABC4 photographer Kevin Bond was filming a story in Salt Lake City's upper avenues. Craig Worth was eating lunch downtown at the time, weren't you?
That's what I was doing. I remember somebody ran into the old La Parisienne restaurant and yelled tornado. And I ran out into the street and borrowed what was then very rare, a cell phone from a passerby. Wow. I called our newsroom and I learned that Kevin Bond was now filming a strange swirling cloud, and it was heading from the south. Our reporters were all over town, and among other things, it had damaged the Capitol grounds.
Wow.
By 1945, our state capitol was famous for its trees. They were loved by all who worked here. You could hardly see the building from much of the grounds. But now, there's only these young trees. You see, 26 years ago, we had the big tornado.
Those who were here before might remember there was a forest up here at the Capitol, but in 9 minutes, 90 trees were destroyed.
It's still hard to believe, so we relive it now. It was big news in Canada and in Los Angeles, as well as in places that know something about tornadoes, such as in the heart of Kansas. It was about 5 minutes to 1 o'clock on August 11th, 1999. The sky did not look normal. It had just dropped golf ball-sized hail in Harriman, and it kept getting worse. People swore they saw something swirling. Channel 4 photographer Kevin Bond started shooting the sky. Then the improbable happened. It was a tornado ripping through downtown. 911 calls flooded law enforcement.
911! Stop screaming, man! Stop screaming! Listen to what's wrong? There's a tornado!
It kept swirling. It gathered up pieces of buildings and windows and tossed them around as it headed towards Temple Square. Rain followed the winds.
Power lines are down everywhere. Cars are just at a standstill virtually.
The storm then hit the avenues, Memory Grove, and the Capitol. And then the funnel cloud disappeared again into the dark sky. Now it was time to see what happened. Randall Carlisle stayed at the damage assessment that day.
Tornadoes aren't supposed to touch down in Utah, but one did.
The first casualty at the point of touchdown was the Sun Bar. Fortunately, no one was in the place then. The Delta Center lost part of its roof and many of its windows. As did the Wyndham Hotel. Almost every window was gone. Across the street were tents for the outdoor retailers show. The storm killed 38-year-old Ellen Crandy, who was supervising the setup of a booth. A crane toppled at the LDS Conference Center that was under construction. And when people got to their homes in the avenues, it was a mess. But here, all were accounted for, and they knew houses could be replaced.
The sun is shining, we're alive, we can start from there.
People couldn't believe what had happened to Memory Grove. Virtually every one of the hundreds of pines were gone. The city lost between 300 and 500 trees. And then the Capitol building was the end of the path.
Finally, the twister spared the Capitol, but it trashed the lawn.
Now it was time to clean up the $150 million of damage.
Anyone over 15 years old that would like to volunteer, please show up at the entry to Memory Grove at 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
And folks came to rescue their city. They worked day after day until most of the rubble was gone. President Clinton and the federal government declared the city a disaster area, and those funds also helped. Yes, it was a once-in-a-lifetime event. At least we hope it is.